All right, folks, worldwide movement, peace, love, respect, slip in a hand. Sorry about that. This will end up being part 2 of this video. Ending 2020, the new year, right? Coming in 2021 quite nicely, right? So to pick up where I left off at, you know, this time that we're in indeed is a special time, right? That we are benefiting from immensely. And we have learned and uncovered so much that has put us in a position to go so much further in our evolution, right? In our ascension, truly. And again, I spoke about how there's so many folks that unfortunately, you know, may not have gained the awareness that many of us have in these past 5-10 years, right? But most specifically these past few years and right now, specifically 2020 as it's ending. But again, it's about spiritual maturity, right? Not everyone will get to that place of spiritual maturity that allows them to raise their vibrational frequency to a point of ascension, right? And that's all right. That's the whole point of it, folks. We got to take the judgment up out of this thing and look at it for the process. Each individual goes through this process and spiritually matures at their own pace, right? And we don't know, specifically for those of us who are inclined to give a nod to reincarnation, we don't know how many lifetimes somebody has been at it, right? We don't know. And many of us are feeling like we've been at it for quite a few lifetimes, and certainly joyous and happy to be at this point, to have the ability to ascend, to bring in those higher vibrations, to have gone through the culmination, the collage of experiences that have matured us to the point that we are able to raise our vibrational frequency, right? And that's a beautiful thing that we'll all go through in our own time, right? So we don't have to judge anybody. We don't have to look down. We should not look down on anybody, right? We don't have to be frustrated that others are not where we are, right? And we all are deserving of love and acceptance, right? For what we are and where we are in our process. So let's do that. Going into 2021, wrapping up 2020 and going into 2021, which I have the greatest optimism for, right? A beautiful year ahead of us. I think energetically there's going to be some epic things that are going to happen. Some of them likely very soon, but I particularly feel like this spring and summer are going to be incredible with the energy that the sun will be emitting to the planet and will be transformative in many ways, right? We got an exciting, beautiful 2021 and beyond ahead of us, right? So let's go into it with that optimism, right? Let's go into it celebrating. I know y'all got that part covered. I know y'all got that part covered. And let's make sure that we are really embracing ourselves. First of all, loving ourselves. I think a lot of people learned the importance of that in 2020 and are taking it with them going forward, of loving ourselves, because without that holistic love, you don't have anything in the tank to give to anybody else. You just don't, right? So you got to love yourself first, and then please be free and willing with extending that love, that unconditional love, right, out to everyone, everyone surrounding you and everyone that you come in contact with. I think a lot of us learn that despite all these efforts to keep us apart, right, literal distances apart with the whole 6 feet thing, and all the, in my estimation, ridiculous measures taken. But I understand the agenda behind it, Agenda 21 and whatnot. But anyway, we're not going down that path because, like I said, all that stuff is going to be completely unsuccessful, as the sheer energetic nature of this planet and its inhabitants will change drastically, and are changing as I speak right now, right? You know, the vibrational frequency of this planet and its inhabitants continuing to escalate. This year will bring some truly, truly incredible progression, spiritually, physically, and mentally for each individual, right? Particularly those who are deep into their spiritual journey. And collectively, right, for this planet, we will see some profound, beautiful, beautiful changes, right? And as a civilization, we are going to gradually start taking those steps. They're huge steps, right? So we got to lift our collective giant leg up, plant it down, and start putting one foot forward, one after another, moving forward, right? Keep ourselves not stagnant, but moving forward. And we're going to be particularly well equipped to do that in 2021 and beyond. So I am incredibly excited myself. I'm already starting to formulate some nice goals